Good morning, golf fans. We are excited today. Our guest today is an alumni of Cedarville University, where he was a GMAC academic team American. He is one of the Yellow Jackets. He led his team in strokes on 18 holes, one of the best in the business at promoting golf events. We are so excited. Our guest today is Isaak Ramsey.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having us on to talk a little bit about some winter golf, which is a rarity in the in the Cincinnati area. So we're looking forward to it.
Exactly. Our fans love the Cincinnati Golf Exchange. They love Cincinnati Golf Expo. They are excited about this big event coming to town in February. So, Isaak, when did you first fall in love with golf?
I started there's videos of me hitting balls at like a year and a half old. But I remember for me really starting to enjoy the practice element and just getting out there. Well, I was probably right around 9 or 10, living in Colorado, right up the street from the golf course that we played at, and being able to go there during the summer just by myself, get some work in, and like really enjoy that process. So I'd say right in that time frame is kind of when I started to enjoy the process of just becoming the best version of myself, and that's what I really love about golf.
Nice. So it sounds like you had a lot of time working on it yourself, but I'm assuming you also had somebody that originally taught you the game. Who was that?
Yeah, that was my dad was very heavily involved. Never like swing mechanics or anything like that, but a lot of the unwritten rules, pace of play, making sure that you're treating everybody with respect. And because I didn't have my first lesson until I was 16 or so.
Oh, dang.
But my dad taught me all the intangibles. And even now I love getting out with him when I get the chance. I mean, it's he's obviously the person who introduced me to the game, and we still love getting out.
I was going to say it's always great to be able to do something with your father, and
Yeah.
having a love of golf is definitely a great one to have.
Mhm.
So, what brand of clubs do you use?
I'm a little all over the place typically. I mean, a lot of my clubs switched this year. The big thing for me is just making sure I'm getting fit for everything. So currently, I've got a lot of TaylorMade clubs in the bag.
Mhm.
I've had stretches where I've had six different brands of clubs in the bag. It's all about what kind of fits you best that year and making sure that the equipment's optimized for your swing at that time.
Yeah, you bring up a good point about getting fitted because there are a lot of folks that just get them off the rack and think, hey, there you go, that's going to be a fit, but it's not always the right one for them. I mean, it might eventually be, if it gets modified, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, and the analogy I use with a lot of people is like, let's say you really like a pair of jeans and
Mhm.
I think they look great on you. Well, I'm not going to go buy that exact same pair of jeans because they're not going to look that great on me, right? Like everybody's built a little different. And so it's the same thing with golf clubs. Like just because your buddy's smoking that driver, make sure you come in and double check that everything is the same for you, right? Or works for you.
Where would be a good place to get fitted for clubs?
I'm obviously biased, working for the Golf Exchange in our six locations, but our fitters are phenomenal. Actually just finished up our yearly tally on how many years of full-time experience we have across six locations, and it we're waiting on a few guys that are trickling in, but it's looking like it's going to be over 450 years of combined experience. We're over 400 years of combined experience, which averages out to a little over 13 years per guy. So we're one of, if not the most experienced fitters um, in in a pretty wide area. And then we've also got the freedom of the way that we're set up is we've got the freedom to get golfers in whatever's best for them, no matter their budget. So whether you're coming in looking at top of the line equipment, or you're coming in just looking for a starter set, like you're going to get the same experience no matter what, because that's what our guys are incentivized to do. So our goal is to get you in whatever's best for you and your needs at that point in time.
So that's great to hear that they can do that anytime. But we want to know about the big event. We want to know when it is. When is the Cincinnati Golf Expo and where, of course, it is.
Yeah. So Cincinnati Golf Expo this year is at the Northern Kentucky Convention Center, which is a change from being oh crap, what's it called? Um, Duke. Sorry, thank you. Uh, I was thinking about the Kentucky Expo. So Duke Energy is where we've hosted for a couple years, and they're undergoing renovations. So we've transitioned to the Northern Kentucky Convention Center for this year, and we're really excited. It's 60,000 square feet, so it's a little bit smaller footprint than previous, but that we did not really have to sacrifice anything. We just get to shove people in a little bit tighter. Still have all the fun games and everything. February 7 through 9.
And most of those days, there's a pretty good amount of time in them. I mean, shoot, the Friday, the 7th, you got 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is smart because you don't want it to go too late on that Sunday
Yep.
because Super Bowl Sunday.
Yep, exactly. No, not necessarily that a ton of us, a lot of Bengals fans in this area probably aren't going to be rooting around, but there's got to be maybe some Lions fans that are happy that day. Who knows? Who knows who's going to be playing? So, we all want to make sure that we're getting out there and hanging out with family and watching the game, but got to squeeze some golf fun in right before it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was going to say, might as well get up early, go out
Mhm.
there, enjoy that. It should be a great time. But yeah, I agree with you. Shoot, if the Bengals can't win it, a team like the Lions, who have kind of been snake bit just like we have, they deserve a good
Exactly.
experience. So, how much does it cost to experience the Cincinnati Golf Expo?
Yeah, so tickets are $12 if they're purchased at the door or online. Now if you come into a golf exchange location, you can buy your ticket and it's $6.
Ooh,
So tickets are half price if you come into the golf exchange. We'll also be doing some giveaways ahead of time, so keep an eye out on our Facebook and Instagram pages to to hopefully get some free tickets. We gave away, I want to say 20 to 30 tickets last year.
mhm,
And now obviously $12 isn't the most expensive ticket you're ever gonna buy, but it's worth a shot keeping an eye out.
nice. So, I know you said it's a little smaller this year, but still 60,000 feet. I mean, that is huge. I mean, that sounds like that's gonna be a great time. It's gonna have entertainment. It's gonna have retailers. It's gonna have travel exhibits. I mean, it sounds like if you love golf, this is a must.
Yeah, it's a great event. So last year was my first time being a part of the event. And it really is. It's so much fun. I mean, like you said, we've got a ton of different games that are set up for everybody. You've got your golf vendors, you've got your travel vendors, you've got golf courses there, you've got boutique head covers. I mean, you've got it all covered to the point where it really is fun for the whole family. So it was great last year seeing, especially on Saturday, we had a lot of families roll through and it was a lot of fun to just see like all the kids getting really involved and the families having a really good time. Like that's why we put this on. At the end of the day, the goal is just we're all sitting around in the cold. Like let's go have some fun. Let's have a big party where we all just get to hang out, hit some foam golf balls, hopefully get some good deals on some clubs or balls or gloves or whatever for the next year from a couple of our exhibitors and just enjoy time with each other.
Sounds awesome. I was going to say that's what we definitely need to get out of the cold, out of all of that funk, and get back into the joys of summer. And that's a nice way to do that.
Yeah.
So with that, I understand that there's fun entertainment. There's like games you can play. Which is your favorite? Are you more a indoor par three? Or are you more a golf darts? Probably not miniature golf. I was going to say that's more my speed, or the long putt challenge.
Yeah, so and then we've also got the flop shot wall. The flop shot wall is my favorite to watch because I mean, people swinging out of their shoes. It sucker's tall. That's a really fun one. Smash the Glass is a really fun one, but my favorite is the par three. Because just sitting there hitting, I think last year it was, I don't know, 40 or 50 yards with the foam golf ball. So it's spinning a ton. It's a ton of fun to sit back there. I'll sit back there with my camera and just record just in case anybody makes one. Last year we did, if you made it, you got $100.
Ooh,
So there's some incentive to winning these games too, which adds a whole nother layer of fun. But my personal favorite's the par three. We got some really fun memories last year on that mini golf course as well. Another great family activity where everybody's getting involved and so yeah, we've got a lot of really fun games. that kind of suit everybody, no matter what skill level you're at. I mean, you can play them all and have a great time.
So the important question is, do these fun games, do they cost extra?
Yeah, so some of them do, some of them do not. We're nailing down which ones, what the pricing is going to be this year. Historically, it's just been a few bucks to enter, and you get your allotted amount of golf balls for your par three contest, and or for your golf darts. But then there's, like we said, there's an incentive if you, we've been given in the past, we've given away free rounds of golf,
Ooh,
or if you made it, or hit the bullseye a couple times in a row or whatever it is, then or you make it over the big flop shot wall, you get $100. This year could be different, but historically that's what we've done.
nice. Actually, there are two that really interest me. The flop shot and the glass smash, because
Yep.
those two I have no idea what they are. Could you tell me a little bit about them?
Yeah, so the flop shot wall, there's two levels. So the first level, historically, if you've gotten over it, you get a free round of golf. So
Ooh,
we're sitting there, you got a mat, you got your wedges, you can go pick your wedge. So we don't try to lock you into one. Pick your wedge, try to flop it over. If you get it over, you move on to the next level and you get one chance at the next level. And that's a couple feet taller. You're a little bit closer to the flop shot wall. If you get over that, you get $100 historically. And then the smash the glass is a similar thing. We've got some, and we're actually currently in the process of redesigning this one to make it a little easier to reset. But you've got a target a little ways away with some plexiglass. If you hit the target, you move on to the smaller target, and same level there, right? So the whole goal is just to kind of hit some fun shots that you would never necessarily be able to hit outside, with targets you wouldn't necessarily be able to hit outside, and have some fun with some buddies chirping you in the background, joking about how you're not gonna be able to pull it off, or adding some pressure. And it's a lot of fun. Last year we had, and I believe this year as well, we'll have some mascots there. Reds mascot, FC Cincinnati mascot, and they'll kind of stand there and add some pressure as well. And so it's a really
nice.
fun environment.
That sounds cool. So it sounds like there's some really great things there. Like you said before, you're a little biased about the golf exchange, but that's perfectly understandable. I was going to say I'm also a little biased about Big Red Appliances in Florence and Milford, because they're the best places to get appliances. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit more about the quality that you get from the golf exchange.
Yeah. So in terms of product, we're we are both a new and used dealer. So the used equipment that we bring in, we'll give top trade-in dollars for, higher than industry standard, and but then we also make sure that those clubs are up to par with what we with our standards. And that kind of goes for every category. We don't necessarily pull in bottom of the barrel product. And that's our goal. We want people to have a ton of fun, and part of having fun playing golf is playing good golf with equipment that you really love, whether that's your glove, your balls, your clubs, your bag, right? Like, look good, feel good, play good kind of deal. And so we really do try to give the full experience to every customer who comes in, whether they're looking for just a repair or a regrip, or they're coming in looking for a brand new set of a full bag of clubs.
I can imagine an event like this, a lot of the local golf courses want to be a part of it.
Mhm.
I'm sure there are some that, shoot, that are knocking down the door. But
Yeah.
what is your favorite course to play?
In the Cincinnati area, I haven't played a ton of golf in the Cincinnati area, but I we play a little bit out at Triple Crown just south of Florence, Kentucky.
Nice place.
There's a group of guys out there that will have me out every once in a while, and that's a lot of fun. Just the camaraderie, getting to hang out with those guys. It's a blast, and also a great golf course.
And I was going to say, shoot, I'm going to brag a little bit. One of the courses I got to play last year was TPC Riverbend. That
Yeah,
place is insane.
I've
Obviously,
heard.
it's more fitting for actually somebody like you who is skilled, because, oh my gosh, it felt like everything was just at an angle. It was
Mhm.
just such a challenge, because I was out there, I was covering the uh, the Queen City Golf Championship, which was an amazing event. I was going to say, if you love golf, I know, a lot of times people are just want to see the guys play, but the women are amazing. The talent level there, it is definitely worth the experience. Now, of course, it's not for much until much later in the year. I think it was like September, but it is a great time. The weather is perfect. Oh, it's a must experience the Queen City Golf at TPC Riverbend.
Yes, couldn't agree more.
And then the other great one I want to brag about that I got to play is going to sound like an odd one because you're like, it's not a golf course. Why are you talking about playing golf there? Great American Ballpark with
Mhm. Yep.
Upper Deck. Oh my gosh. It was a cool experience. Something that, now from any time I go to the Reds games, and I love going to Reds games, but I'll be like, hey, that's where I hit that shot. That's where I did this. That's where I did that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it definitely changes your experience of going to the Reds game and gives you an opportunity to talk, golf and not just baseball at the Reds.
Yeah, absolutely. Those upper deck experiences are incredible. Super, super fun. I'm sure that first shot you were maybe a little nervous about where that ball is going to land with the huge drop off, but then you probably started to get the hang of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the first one and all, you're like, just you don't know what's going to happen, and then by the end, you're just ripping and ripping it. And then, fortunately, they're smart because they could probably give me a driver and I still ain't hitting it outside. But they did mostly wedges, kind of like
Mhm.
your the flop wall.
Yep.
That way, you don't accidentally cream a car on the outside of the stadium.
Bounce one into the Bengal Stadium.
Ooh, I'm surprised they haven't done that one yet. I know with Upper Deck they do football stadiums as well, so that would be interesting to see if they kind of mix in that into the
Yeah.
rotation. Yeah, because shoot, you can just go right up the road about a month or two before they do the Reds. They do Ohio State.
Oh, I didn't know that. There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
a cool one too.
The
So
shoe's got to be cool though. Yeah, that's
yeah, so all kinds of cool stuff going on with that, and all kinds of great things going on with the Cincinnati Golf Expo. So if people happen to accidentally miss the
Mhm.
Cincinnati Golf Expo, February 7th through February 9th, is there a chance, something nearby that they could make up the experience?
Yeah, so we'll also be hosting the Kentucky Golf Expo down in Lexington at the Rupp Center, February 21st through the 23rd. I believe we're doing the same hours as we are for the Cincinnati Golf Expo, maybe a little bit adjusted, but very similar. Same pricing structure. You can get your tickets ahead of time or at the door for $12, either online or at the door. And then if you're wanting to get that half price deal, you can stop in at one of our 6 locations. We've got those 4 located around Cincinnati, one in Lexington, and then one up in Dayton.
Well, Isaac, it has been a pleasure having you on the show. Before we let you go, where on social media, where on the web can they find out more about the Cincinnati Golf Expo?
Yeah, so we've got an Instagram page, Cincinnati Golf Expo. We've got a Facebook page as well if you're not on Instagram. And then the website is just cincinnati-golfexpo.com. So you can head there to find more information if you're interested in attending, or even if you're interested in being an exhibitor in the future. We'd love to hear your story and hear why you think you might be a good fit for the Cincinnati Golf Expo.
Sounds great. It's been a pleasure having you on. You have a good
Yeah,
one.
appreciate it.